Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming Terrain. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is the weekly Wednesday Wargaming questions and answers. For everyone that's new, what is that? It's basically a Q&A. You guys ask me questions and I answer. We do a weekly vote on there and that sort of stuff. It's an off-the-cuff video, guys, so there's no fancy editing skills. You're going to see my intro still at the beginning. You won't see none of that. It's just record and upload. There is a transition button so that if it starts raining heavy or there's loads of noise outside, I can stop filming, stop the noise or wait for the noise to finish and then carry on. These weekly Wednesdays are essentially, Q&A. You ask me questions, I answer them. There are sometimes terrain questions that come in. There's, some information about myself and what's going on in the workshop. They are primarily model focused, 99% GW stuff, and most of the time it is 40k stuff. Now, so straight off the bat, some bit of information, lovely little bit of information. I'm no longer in the department that I was working at work. The DM came to me and said, I want to move you to here, and these are the hours that I want you to do, and these are the days I want you to do. Are you okay with that? And I said, yes, please, thank you very much. So now everything is like set in stone. This is what I'm doing, and this is all I have to do is deliver what he wants me to deliver, which is straightforward enough. So I'm absolutely delighted with that. So it gives me a lot more time. When I say a lot more time, it's still the same sort of time. I don't have still restricted time, but I'm not mentally exhausted because I'm looking at numbers the whole day. I'm literally just cage, box, pack, next cage, box, nice and easy, nice and simple. No, not much thought into it, just where's this go, goes there. So straight off the bat, I'm very happy with that. Here we go. Has your pile of shame grown any more? If so, can you show us a video on how much they've grown from then till now? So I presume you mean from then to now, you mean from the last pile of shame video that I did, which actually, I think it's close to 1,000 views on that, which is bonkers, but I've made a good dent in it, as you can see. Yeah, some people are going to laugh and say, that's not a good dent, that's a tiny, it's a scratch on the surface. It is a scratch on the surface because I have stuff up here, but there is more stuff there since I did that video. There are some boxes there of sneaky stuff that are not to be shown just yet, but I probably could do one just before 10th comes out. I'd say that's probably a good idea, just to show you where I'm at and what I have left. But the aim is to get most of this done. The Tyranids definitely, and the Space Marines stuff that I have here, to get those done before 10th. But there's things like Sanctorium Guard, that's the Sisters of Battle, the Sisters of Sororitas Christmas box. Where are we now? It's still sitting there for me to do, but I do want to get onto these things, do them. But yeah, I'll probably show you just before the week, probably the weekend before 10th edition drops. Oh, there's a little Spider-Man. Yeah, but you'll see this start to drop down. There's a few boxes here that can be taken away because they're too built off camera. But yeah, I could do that. What do you think about the armies that the old world is focusing on? I think I only saw this, was it yesterday or the day before? I'm not sure. It's a couple of days ago maybe I saw it. See, that's a mad question because they're focusing, if you haven't seen the article and you're interested in the old world, they're focusing on good armies and evil armies. And I think there's 8 of them, or is it 12 of them, or something like, I can't remember. There's a heap of them. I know there's Empire, there's High Elves, Wood Elves, Dwarfs, Bretonians. So 5, and then the other side there is Warriors of Chaos, Tomb Kings. What else is there? Jeez, I forgot now. But there's a handful of bad guys anyway. and they're saying that they're going to have rules for the likes of Dark Elves, Demons, Beastmen are one of the evil armies as well, actually, sorry. But they have rules for Vampire Counts, Demons, Ogre Kingdoms, Chaos Dwarves. There's a few dimensions on there. Again, I can't remember offhand. Now, I think that's fantastic. But here's what I think is going to happen. They're going to release the Old World, and it's either going to explode and just surpass AOS. Because AOS stuff, if there's a crossover and you can use the same models, then that's allowed. But if it's not, then it's AOS models, you're not going to be able to use them. But I think it's going to surpass AOS. And to the point where, so Orcs and Goblins one of the evil armies as well, actually, to the point where they then go, okay, this is a cash cow, let's keep this cash cow going, and then they'll release some new demon sculpts, or some classic demon sculpts, I say, Chaos Dwarf stuff, and just bleed a few bits and pieces here and there. And as soon as they see that themselves are actually, let's say they start releasing a few demon sculpts, the blood letters, the old lead blood letters with the axe comes to mind, but in plastic. Or the old demonettes with not the ones they have now, but the old lead ones with the really thin claws and all that, or even the big chunky claws, but just cover their boobies up. So they don't like boobies on show for some reason, but in plastic. And then they'll see the sales of them start skyrocketing because they're classics. They're fantastic, and it's how versatile, especially those models are. You could buy those for your demon army for the Old World, for your demon army for AOS, just on a different basis, or your demon army for 40k. So something like that, I think that would be, if they're going to focus on those ones that they're not really focusing on, and they release something like that, I think it will just explode. And as it explodes, they go, okay, next one. But with that said, GW doesn't just go, oh, we'll just do this now, we'll do that. They have it planned. So I don't. If the sales of the Old World don't explode as much as they're hoping, they'll start bleeding out like the Demon Army. Start just bleeding new models for it, and then the interest will start. So then the sales will start going, because whether you're buying it and using it in AOS or 40k, you're buying it from the Old World sales. Yeah, so you're buying it from the Old World. Trying to be the right word. From that marketing. So like Plague Bearers and stuff like that, you buy demon stuff you buy is marked up as AOS. They're not, they're not all into 40k. Some of them, it's a bit weird. You see things like Great Demon Zench is when I picked it up, it's actually on the 40k side of it all, whereas Plague Bearers are on the AOS side of it all. Yeah, I don't know the type of business model, but I think I'm more revenue on now. If it's marked up as Old World and you're buying from Old World, the sales of Old World, they're going up higher. So then they'll start feeding out other bits and pieces. But I say the other armies that they're not planning on focusing on, I say they've got new sculpts. I say they've got a lot of the plastic sculpts, a lot of the older sculpts, but ready in plastic, ready to go. And I want a copy of it. I think it's fantastic. So I sort of answered your question, but Rodon, I do apologise. If you're new here, that's what I do. I get so passionate about this hobby and what we do that I do rev it on. Right, I'm new to the channel. Your Let's Build videos are so helpful, thank you. What gave you the idea to do them? And also, you do make them look so easy. What gave me the idea to do it is I was actually building Kinetic Reanimator, and I looked at it and was like, this is from Indominus. I was building it in the house, and I was like, damn, this is so hard. So I put it together. Actually, it's very easy. Then I was building Scorpion Destroyers, and Scorpion Destroyers were the one that really just made me go, hold on a minute. If I'm struggling with this, other people are going to struggle with it as well. Again, with the Scorpion Destroyers, there's so many bits and they're all weird, and some bits have to go in a certain angle and all that. And I'm putting it together, and I was there, sort of, I'm sitting in the kitchen, sort of talking to myself whilst I'm doing it. As we all do when we're sitting there by ourselves. And I thought, you know what? I should have a camera on me now, focusing on what I'm doing. Because if I'm struggling with this, there are going to be other people struggling with it. Now, as it turns out, Scorpion Destroyers, very simple to build. But when you first look at them, they go, oh. And I thought, if I'm looking at some kits going, this looks complicated, and they start putting it together, it's very easy. Other people will go, especially if you're new to it, you're going to go, what the hell? And then it's going to sit on your pile for months and months and months, maybe a year or two, and then you'll finally build it and go, that was simple. But then there are certain builds that I have to build because they're so complicated. It makes it easier for you guys. And if it's easier for you guys, it means that model is more accessible for you guys, which means you're going to get it for your army and so on and so forth. 3 models actually, 3 Let's Build videos off the top of my head that people have joined the channel, subscribed to the channel after watching, and it's helped them out. The first one was the Chaos Chosen from the El Germans box. It's one of my viewers, one of you guys, bought them from eBay, no instructions, how'd you build them, and then done a Let's Build video. You saw them, and it's like, actually, it's very simple, yeah. And they're a beast of model. John Schwarzenegger's cloak. Someone else commented that and joined the channel because they couldn't figure out which way went, and then they saw the video and was like, wow, that's, yeah. And Angron's rocks. Now, don't get me wrong, even with the rocks on, Angron, for me, they were like, the hell am I doing? I knew there was one here. That's a bastard, you. They were a bit like, what the hell's going on here? So I think actually, if I remember, I went off camera, fiddled around a bit, and I went, oh, that's how it goes. And then I did it on camera, and but then likes of this mother trucker, this is the hardest model I've ever built, and I'm glad I built it, I'm glad it's painted. The transfer's gone now. I don't know where he's gone. It's always the way, trying to film with someone who interrupts me. But some of you Necron players will look and go, I want that model, but it looks very hard to build, and it is hard to build. But, like with that model, when I built it, afterwards I went, well, look, do this first, do that first. So, the idea came from it, so I have to answer your question, waffling again. He distracted me. Just to make things easier for you guys, and I want to talk to myself when I'm filming them anyway. So I might as well just put a camera there and just talk you guys through what I'm doing. So now, that's all the question answers for this week, guys. I'm now going to bring you down for the vote. Bring you down for the vote. How does the vote work? Well, I'll show you a host of models, and you guys vote on what you want me to paint for next Monday's painting video. In the event of a tie, do a dice roll. Now, you can vote on as many as you like. Don't say I'll vote for everything, because it doesn't count. And the votes have to be in by Friday, 2 o'clock. So Friday afternoon, 2 o'clock, that's when I look at what votes are what. And I start filming that video. So if it needs to be graphelled, it needs to be undercoated and primed, then that's when I start doing it. So if you vote after that, it's too late. But you vote by chucking a comment on this video. He's distracted me from what I was... I don't know where he's gone either. Anyway, so I'm going to bring down and show you the vote. There is also a wild card, because I know I'm going to forget about that because Mr. Man. There is a wild card, and the wild card is, you'll find out if it wins the vote. I'm going to bring down and show you the models now, guys. Right, so if you're new here, some of you are going to be like, wow, this is insane. And it is insane. Every week is insane. I try to make it as insane as possible, so it's as hard as possible for you guys to pick models to vote on. But anyway, we have the Venom Crawler. We have Obliterators, there's 2 of them. We have the Catan Shard of the Void Dragon. There's actually another model that someone actually commented on recently and joined the channel with to say, they watched the Let's Build video on that. So it goes back to the question I answered earlier, because that is a glue and weight. Then come back and glue a bit more and weight. There's a pain in the ass model, but it's still It's a great model. We had Lord Typhus. We have Connected Doomstalker. We had Vishtar. We have Scorpio Destroy Lord. We have the Chaos Lord and Terminator armor with the Mark of Nurgle, because it's a big plague bearer face. We have Wolverine. We have Demonettes. There's 10 of those. We have Plague Bearers. There's 10 of those. We have the Lord, the World Eater Lord, and the Juggernaut. We have this Captain with the from the Indominus box with the shield, which is absolutely amazing sculpt. That gets votes, but just not enough, unfortunately. We have the unit of Ravenwing Knights. We have a Lictor, which I really messed up on that because I've undercoated in black, and I should undercoat in grey here because it's got some contrast pattern, but I've done his base already. We have She-Hulk. We have a Warlock on a Wind Rider, or jet bike if you want to call it. A unit of Blade Guard with an Avatar of Kahane. We have an Engineer. We have the Captain with the heavy bolt rifle, and we have a unit of 8-bound. So, like I said, there's a lot to vote for. If you guys have any questions for me, we'll take your votes in the comments below. If you have any questions for me, you can chuck them below and I'll answer it straight away and then address it next week. Or you can message me on Messenger. You can go to Unique Wargaming Terrain Facebook page. There's a messenger button there. They'll take you straight to Messenger so you can message me. Don't leave a comment there because I don't poke my head as much as I should. If you're not subscribed to the channel, guys, subscribe to the channel because it costs you absolutely nothing and helps this community grow really, really well. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss anything. And everyone smash the thumbs up button so it triggers YouTube to share this video with more and more people. I would love to have a vote whereas 10 people voted for this, 20 people voted for that, and big numbers like that where I've actually got to go pen and paper and tally it all down. That would be fantastic. But anyway, until next time, guys, take it easy.